team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Tonight, the fight continues to safeguard women and girls from sexual abuse. In this report, the Parliamentary Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for information and communications is calling for greater compassion for the victims of such offenses. Megan Shepard reports.
Parliamentary Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Patricia Parker Edgecombe, continuing to do her part to fight against crimes committed against women and girls in the country. Recently released crime statistics by the Royal Bahamas Police Force revealed that the police force investigated 100 reported cases of missing persons throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas in 2020. A total of 89 cases were solved and the missing individuals were found safe. However, 11 cases remain under investigation. Now, Edgecombe notes that far too often in this country, when a young girl is reported missing, Bahamians tend to not take the matter seriously.
The reality is that isn't the issue at hand. If a child or a young teenager or female is reported missing, she's missing. I think we need to become more sensitized to the fact that there are underlying issues that may lead to a young lady going missing. That does not give us the right to judge the individual, but rather assist as best as we can. And so, yes, our community needs to come forward more, assist police in their investigations. And even with that being said, you know, at the end of the day, we just want the safe return of this individual, no judgment. And for those young ladies who may find themselves wanting to go in a position where they're missing or described as missing, before doing that, they too can reach out and ask for help.
Now, as the Parliamentary Secretary continues to advocate for more protection for victims of abuse and other crimes, she's also noting that the matter must be tackled holistically. She says that while it is important to prepare young girls for the sometimes harsh realities of life, young men must also be taught how to respect women and young girls.
While we're focusing on young women being women ourselves, the reality is that we too have to teach our young men, because the whole process is not effective if we're only teaching our young women what to do, but our young men are not adhering to this as well. And so a holistic approach definitely has to be made as a community in teaching our men, our women, our young boys, our young girls about what it is to have respect and be decent to another human being. In many instances, the word no is taken as yes, and it's not. No means no. In many instances where young women are saying this, they're not being adhered to. And so, yes, young men definitely need to be targeted as well. They need to be taught about respecting a woman, ensuring that women are treated in a way that is conducive to how they would treat their moms.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Switching gears, corporate Grand Bahama and civic organizations continuing to invest in the education of young people on this island. As residents learn to live with what has now been deemed the new normal, the use of increased technology in the classrooms and at home is now much more commonplace. To this end, the various lodges on Grand Bahama, along with KFC and the Caribbean Bottling Company, have come together to donate tablets and laptops to the Ministry of Education.
Today, being well aware of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on our community, our way of life, and particularly the education of our youth, our Grand Lodge, with contribution from our District Grand Lodge and our 11 lodges in the Bahamas in our district of Bahamas and Turks, developed a plan to present computer tablets to students throughout the Ministry of Education to assist in their learning. To date, we have donated 100 in Nassau, 22 in Abaco, 8 in Long Island, and 50 in Turks and Caicos. And we present 70 here today.
It is our hope that in providing these now essential learning instruments to the ministry, that they will reach the right students and that these students will be able to continue to perform in their educational pursuits. We realize exactly how important continuing education is, especially during these times of uncertainty during the pandemic. We here at Caribbean Bottling Company believe that an investment into our children is an investment into the future of this country. We wish the Ministry of Education and the government of the Bahamas continued success.
Library and Resource Center Coordinator in the Ministry of Education, Lorna Mizik, receiving those donations on behalf of educators and administrators throughout the island. She emphasized that the devices are very much appreciated and will go a long way in advancing education on this northern island.
I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to our corporate sponsors, KFC, Pizza Hut, and Caribbean Bottling Company, and our civic organization, District Grand Bahama Lodge of Bahamas, for your generous donation of these tablets and devices. They will assist us greatly in keeping up with the challenges and the advances of this technology-driven era in which we find ourselves. Please know that your donations are greatly appreciated, and they will certainly be put to great use in ensuring that not only our students, but also those of us who work in this office will have the opportunity to keep up with technology.
Meantime, the Grand Bahama Port Authority investing in the lives of students impacted by Hurricane Dorian. Port officials donating some 43 tablets to several schools in the Eastern District. Former principal of East End Junior High School, Romelda Thomas, and principal of the Jack Hayward Junior High School, Joyanne Pennerman, expressing gratitude to Sarah St. George and the port for the kind gesture.
Our students who are now here in Freeport attending school will feel blessed that they have received these gifts, and I'm sure they will be overjoyed for the expression of love, compassion, and gratitude. So again, I say thank you. On behalf of the superstars of the Jack Hayward Junior High School, I would like to express our heartfelt thank you to Ms. St. George and the team of the Grand Bahama Port Authority for their generosity and thinking about the families and students of the East End of the island.
Also expressing appreciation to the Port Authority, former educator Cecil Thompson.
Say thank you on behalf of the residents of East End Grand Bahama, and I wish to join the principal and the senior mistress. Thank you on behalf of the boys and girls from East End Grand Bahama, who Hurricane Dorian has taken everything away from. But it's good to have friends like the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
So that's our Facebook Friend of the Night. Up next.